Alright guys, welcome to another Player's Handbook Battle Report, name and pending. And today we're playing a Steamroller 2012 scenario with a death clock at 35 points. It's going to be Skorne versus Cygnar, myself versus Mike Brown today. And I'm actually going to hand it over to Mike Brown and let him explain the scenario.
Well, in this Steamroller 2012 scenario, it's incursion. You see three gray markers across the center of the board. Those are flags. The point is to be base-to-base with the flag, gain control. First one to 3 control points and more than their opponent wins the scenario. Kill box is in effect. Assassination always works. Scoring starts at the end of the second player's second turn, and at the end of the first round, one of the 3 flags will randomly disappear.
Alright guys, so now you know the scenario, so we're going to go ahead and shoot our opening segment where we tell you what our armies are, our deployment is, and what we're thinking before the game. So we'll be right back with that. 3, 2. Alright guys, so I'm playing my Skorne today, and I apologize for the unpaintedness, but they are very red, which is something that I feel that matters with Skorne. So my list today at 35 points, I'm running Master Ascetic Naresh. I have 2 Titan Gladiators. I have Malik Karn. I have a full group of Annihilators. I have a minimum unit of Beast Handlers and Adeptus Marquette. So starting with the my left flank over here, I have the Annihilators spread out, robustly, and they'll spread out a little more turn 1, hopefully. I've got Malik Karn, Naresh, 2 Gladiators, and then behind I have my support, which is Marquette and the Beast Handlers.
Well, as promised, we have my Cygnar army sitting here, and a caster you don't normally see on a tabletop, I suppose. We have E. Dominic Darius, along with a Defender, a Stormclad, Old Rowdy. Junior is back here in the back. We have the Stormblade Infantry with the UA and Reinhold. As we go across here, we have the Stormblade Infantry kind of set up centrally, so I can put them where we need to go. We've got the Stormclad, along with the Defender and Darius and Old Rowdy also all kind of set up central to the board, just looking to see which flag goes away and where we need to put them in response to wherever Richard's stuff ends up. And we've also got the half-jacks conveniently spread out to go set up their landminey goodness. So that's what we got here, and eagerly awaiting the end of Richard's first turn to see where everything goes.
Alright guys, so now you've seen the armies, you've seen the board. There's only one thing left before we get the game rolling, and that's what we're thinking before the game starts. So we'll be right back with that. 3, 2. Alright guys, so looking over Mike's army, the first thing that comes to mind is, he's got 3, big killy jacks over there. Thing is, I also have 3 big killy beasts. We talked about this game last night. Our lists are very similar in construction, in the sense that we pretty much have the same stuff from a different faction. So it should be a very entertaining game. I think my biggest threat from the get-go is Old Rowdy. I've played Mike before. I've seen Mike play. I know he likes to run Old Rowdy and cast Jackhammer 6 times. The other thing that worries me is the feed. I definitely don't want to wear all of his jacks down and then him pop feet and have 3 fully functioning jacks while I have 3 wounded beasts. And since my army tends to do a little damage to itself anyway, that could potentially be a problem. So I think as long as I focus on 1 jack at a time, which is the plan, and if an opening to Darius pops up, I will most definitely take it. The Stormblades, while they have assault, my Annihilators have tough, so I think that'll be a pretty even matchup. So all in all, it looks like it's going to be a fairly even game. Don't really have any inlaid battle plans. I think the feet turn might catch him off guard a little bit, but we'll see. So that's pretty much it for me, so we'll be right back with Mike's thoughts about the game.
Well, I look across the table here at the wealth of scorn Richard has on the other side of the table, and he's absolutely right. The 2 lists are very similar looking. 3 heavies against 3 heavies, infantry units, support pieces, and so on. My first thought process, of course, if you're War Machine playing against any Horde's army, is beasts must go 1 by 1. I have to do by necessity, because I'm playing Hordes, what Richard has to do because I'm playing Darius, which is go beast by beast and take each one out. And looking over there, Titans are a massive pain. I've got to keep an eye on their animus. You have Malik Karn, which even if you don't have a list set up to do a missile, as long as he can start hitting stuff, he is ridiculously maneuverable. I do like the fact that I like to play a lot of ranged Cygnar, so this is not necessarily my typical list, but notice that I've still got the Defender and its big old gun sitting there. Plus, Darius's AoE should give me a little bit of crowd control. The mines that the halfjacks can throw out, similarly. And as far as the Annihilators I see sitting over there are concerned, that's why the Stormblades are sitting here and there's a Junior Warcaster on the table. So what I see over there is Beast by Beast needs to go. The support pieces, I look at Skorne a lot the same way I look at Minoth. If you can take out the support pieces bit by bit, then you take away a lot of their capabilities. The only big pain in the butt I see here is going to be the scenario itself beyond Richard and the fact that he is a very good player, and I don't have a wealth of experience against Skorne. The scenario requires you to set up centrally and just be very, to my mind, somewhat conservative about just deploying things out because you don't know which flag's going to go away. So I think the scenario, more so than in a lot of games, will be a big factor, and other than that, just very mirror matchy, and we'll go from there.
All right, thanks, Mike. All right.
Ready?
Yep. Sorry. All right. So, where do we want to start? Annihilators will activate. Annihilators are going to run. Run up in here. Better do it like 7, which leaves 5. So come up to here. Okay. Annihilators are done. Going to activate first Titan. It's going to run. It's going to run for 8 inches. Titan is done. Going to activate next Titan. We'll also just run. The rest will activate. It's going to spin 2. That's going to be for Rush on Malachorn. That's supposed to be the Pathfinder. He's going to spin a further 3 to put lamination on himself. He's going to charge that halfjack straight ahead. Fail charge. 1 remaining. Malachorn's then going to activate. Let's roll in for 2 and run him. So he is speed 6, so that'll be 12 plus the 2 movement will be 14 inches we can go. So we're actually just going to get, what if he's going to fit through there? Yeah. So here is good. Beast Handlers activate and they run. Marquette will activate. He will move 6 inches. He is going to Spell Slave, Iron Flesh onto my Annihilators. Just check range on that and make sure. 10. And that is a turn, sir.
Alright. Let's see here. We are going to have Darius allocate 2 focus over to the Defender, none to Rowdy, none to the Stormclad. We will activate our first half-jack, and it walks at 6. We're going to activate our far half-jack. He walks his 6. We are going to walk our central half-jack ahead his 6. Alright, we are going to activate the Stormclad. He's within 3 inches of the Stormblade infantry, so he gains a focus, and we'll use that to run. Speed 5, so that gets him up 10. Right about there, I think. Rowdy does not need focus to run, so he activates and will run for his 10. Not entirely, but we will activate the defender. The defender walks forward 5. We want to take a pot shot at Malik Karn, range 16 on the gun.
Okay, so
alright. We're going to boost to hit.
Defense is 13.
And I am a mat of 6, so rat of 6, so we need a 7 on 3 dice. And that is a 10, so we hit.
Okay.
POW 15 on the gun.
Arm 18.
Okay, dice minus 3, and we are boosting. And that will be 6 to the 6.
Alright.
We will activate Reinhold, and Reinhold will say reload for Darius. We will then activate Darius. He will walk forward. And not quite get where I want him to be because of the hill. That'll do. He'll sit right like so. Alright. He is going to spend 2 with his wonky positioning, and he is going to put Fortify on the defender, so that the defender is now +2 armor and cannot be knocked down, pushed, or slammed in anything base-to-base with him at the moment, which is Darius is likewise. And then Darius is going to pop a shot off with his steam cannon, 12 inches, in the direction of Malik Karn. We will fall short. Okay. The light blue die will be distance. So 3 inches to the 3. We'll put it in the midst of nothing.
Did you make him play or anything?
Nope. We're going to do that again with the reload. So 12 inches. And 3 inches to the 5, which puts it over this way. It's nothing. In that case, we will camp that 2. We will have the Stormblades activate and run. And then we will have Junior walk forward, spend 2, and place Arcane Shield on the Stormblades, and that will be my turn.
Alright, so let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1.
That works for me. I'm ready.
Alright.
There you go. Alright, Narish has 1. He's going to take 1 from both Titans. That's 3, and 3 from Malik Karn for 6. Gonna let Iron Flesh expire. I'll let Lamination expire as well. Okay, let's do some soul searching, check our control area. Okay. Rush can activate. What is armor on the Stormclad?
19.
19.
1 from his buckler.
Reach?
Yes.
Alright. In that case, let's start with Annihilators. Charge run order. This guy's going to attempt to charge this guy.
Okay.
9 inches. Straight line through there. Yep. Has reach, so made it. The rest are going to run to keep up. This guy's going to run through the gap here.
Okay.
There. Seven inches to there. 5. He's just going to come up the other side to get here. Alright, one guy made it. I'm at 7, defense of 12.
Yep.
Looks like I need a 5 to hit. That is a 10 for a hit.
Armor 18 with Arcane Shield.
Top strength 12, 3 dice per charge, dice minus 6. That's going to be a 8, which will kill. That will proc Berserk. He's going to have to swing on my Annihilator here. 7 to a 13. That is cocked. 7 and 5 is 12 for a miss. Good job. Okay. Gladiator will activate. It's going to run. Next Gladiator is also going to run. Let's not be dumb. Rush is going to here. I'm just going to ditch 3. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and spend 2, and I'm going to Iron Flush this Titan. Which leaves me 4. I'm going to sit on 4. All that card's going to activate. He's just going to move 6 to there. These talents are going to run. 6. I shouldn't have ran. I should have hit my corn. That's okay. A little more since you've got some A's over there. Deputy Smart Kef is going to activate. He is going to run to here, and that is turn.
Alright. Junior is upkeeping Arcane Shield. Darius is upkeeping Fortify. And then, let's see here. I'm going to give predictably enough to Rowdy. Do either one of these guys have countercharge?
Neither.
No? Okay. And not Malakarn?
No.
Okay. And we will give Reinhold moves up. Tells Darius reload. The defender is going to stand still. Take a shot at Malakharn.
Of course.
We have range.
Most definitely.
Effective rat of 8 because I'm aiming.
Since 13.
Okay. Need a 5. That's an 8.
I'm going to force you to re-roll that.
Okay.
Okay. So hit.
10.
Arm 18.
Dice minus 3 with the PAL 15 gun. I'll take that. 8 to the 6.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Mind is going.
Alright. We're going to have, I believe, the Storm Blades are going to go next. The Storm Blades are going to get the assault order. So, let's see. Here to here. They're speed 5, so they can assault 8. There. There to there. There to there. He will assault him. The rest of them will simply run. Just keep up over here. Alright. The assaults first. Stormblade infantry are rat 5 here to here.
With defense is 13.
Okay, so we need 5, we need 8s. That's a 5, so he missed. He assaulted there. That is an 8. It's a 3-inch AoE thanks to Storm's Eye.
Okay. You tell me.
It's going to catch him and this guy. He is out.
Okay. Armor is 13 as well.
Okay, armor 13. Let's see. The direct hit is going to be a 14.
So tough check on that guy. He's tough.
All right. And then we're going to have ourselves a 6 plus 2 is 8 on him, plus 2 from the leader.
So looking for a 6.
5, nothing. All right. There to the knockdown guy. Knockdown, range attack, so drops it to a 7. Please no snake eyes. That hits.
He is not tough.
Okay. And the PAL 8 there, so minus 5. Tough check.
Not tough.
Okay. And that would be, they no longer have targets present. And none of them are in range. So, that's all well and good. Next up, we will have Darius start lobbing some shots out. Darius has got 12 inches to play with. We're shooting at this front pain giver here, beast handler. Okay. So there you go. Light blue for deviation. To the 1, 5 inches. And that is a 4-inch AoE.
This guy, Naresh, and Malakharn.
Okay, we'll start with the beast handlers then.
They're armor 11.
Armor 11, and this is going to end up being PAL 7. So
5 skill.
Yep. 7 kills the front one.
So this one gets the soul.
Back one here. 6. That gets him. Okay, 7 against the 18 on Malakharn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Boxcars does nothing. Nope. And what do we got on?
Nourish is 15.
Nourish is 15, so we're going to need dice minus 8. Nothing. Alright, we have our reload shot, and we are actually going to, I think, toss our reload shot at this one here. There you go. Again, light blue will be the deviation. To the 2 inches, we'll likely catch nothing.
2, yes, just out of Mollycorn.
Okay. Next up, we will have Old Rowdy go. Old Rowdy is going to, Iron Flesh gives him what kind of benefit?
Plus 3 defense,
Okay.
minus 1 speed.
Okay. So his defense right now is what?
15.
15. 15 means I need 7s. So why not? We're going to go right there. Charge on Rowdy is going to be 8 inches. And there we are. Okay, I need a 7. Using the quick hammer first. That hits. Not a critical.
Armor is 19.
Armor is 19. POW on the quick hammer is 18, so dice minus 1. 2 to the 2. We'll go with the open fist now. That misses. Fine attack with a hammer. Crit, he's knocked down.
Okay.
That was an 8, minus 1. So 6 to the 6.
Okay.
Fine attack, it hits, minus 1. 6 to the 2.
Okay.
And we will buy one more attack. Auto hit, minus 1. 5 to the 5.
Spirit is gone.
Spirit is gone. Alright. Next up. Wow. Alright. Check my control area. Okay, that's going to be a little further than I think I want to try and go. So, that's going to be interesting. Okay. We're going to activate Stormclad. Stormclad gains 1 from being in proximity to the Stormblades, and he is going to use that 1, and we're going to hope that he can get to Mullet Karn. So he's going to charge.
Is he within 2 inches of the Annihilator?
He will pass within 2 inches of the Annihilator, yes. So,
And can you move over the flags?
They're incorporeal models.
Okay.
So, I'm not going to make it.
Proc a free strike from the Annihilator.
Yep, I might make it. Go ahead and take a free strike.
Mat 9?
Yep. Mat 9 against a defense of 12. So that
9 and 3 is 12.
Yep.
House strength 12.
Armor 19.
So dice minus 7.
Yep. Nice.
So it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage to the 5.
Wow. Well, congratulations on not possibly being able to hit a better location, because that's the generator blade.
Good deal.
And I was but I do have reach. So, we'll start going to take our shots at Mullet Karn now.
Okay.
Mullet Karn.
This is defense 13.
Defense 13. I am rat of 7. I need 5s. I'm only going to get one good shot here, so we're going to boost to hit. No, only 2 dice. Let's see here. 7 and 3 is 10. So that's not going to be enough. Might as well buy the second attack. I need a 5 to hit. And I roll a 2. Alright. Well, that was fantastical. So, we are next going to have our half-jacks start their activations. Half-jack, speed 6, they can run 12. This one gets the run order.
Pass through the 2 inches of...
No, we go up this way. Okay. And then he will get a walk order and then turn into a landmine. This one is going to get a run order and unfortunately start heading into the woods. That's 1.5 inches. So 9.5 drops to 4 3/4. It's there. And Junior will walk up and can't hurt 2, so I'm done.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to take, got 4, we'll take 1 from Malik, 1 from the good gladiator. So knockdown guy has to take a frenzy check. He is threshold 9 with 1 fury. So he is good. Not going to upkeep Iron Flesh. Okay. So I'm going to activate Beast Handlers first. They are going to activate. Up. He's going to walk up. He'll walk up. He is going to heal him for D3. He's going to heal for 1. I'm going to take that from the spirit. So now he is good again. We're going to enrage him. It's +2 strength, must charge, slam, trample, and does it for free. +2 strength as well.
Yep.
We're going to heal Mullet Karn for 3. I'm going to take all that from mine. That's Beast Handlers. So then I'm going to activate Annihilators. They're going to charge run. He charges middle guy.
Okay.
And Arcane Shield's still up, right? Yeah.
Yes.
There. He charges here. That'll be it for charges. The rest will just... Alright, so charge on this guy, max 7 to a defense of 12, looking for a 5. That is a hit. This is PAL 12, armor 18, dice minus 6. That is a kill.
Yep.
He is going to berserk into the back guy here.
Okay.
5 to hit.
Yep.
Scores a hit.
Minus 6.
Looking for a 7. That is a 7. So we'll proc berserk. You have a melee gauge on you.
Yes, I do.
Let's check to the standard bearer.
Yes, you got it.
Swing there. 7 and 5 is 12.
Yep.
Looking for a 7. That is not a 7. Berserk ends. Charge attack on middle guy from here. 5 to hit. 6 and 3 is 6 for a hit. Charge attack. 7 will kill.
Yep.
Rock Berserk. We'll go Banner Guy.
Okay.
7 and 5 is 12 for hit. Looking for a 7. That is Snake Eyes for Knight. Gonna see if he has reached to the Banner Guy. Check his initial there. Looks like it.
Yep.
5 to hit. That's 4. So that is the Annihilators. Now Resh is going to activate. He is going to pop his feet. He is going to put 1 damage point in each aspect of each beast. So 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. Which coincidentally took out Gladiator 1 Spirit again. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And same on Moloch. He's then going to heal the Gladiator with no Spirit for 1.
Okay.
He's then going to charge your half-jack. We'll charge the Stormclad.
Okay.
That. He's going to combo strike it.
Okay.
Resh is mat 7.
This is 12.
10 will definitely hit.
Yep.
The combo strike will be at a 10 plus 4 for power 14.
Armor 19.
Minus 5. For 3 damage. To the 6.
Okay.
He's going to spend 2 to cast Cyclone. To walk back here. And he's going to sit on 3. Adeptus Marquette's going to activate. He's going to move up a little bit. And he is going to spell slave Iron Flesh onto Resh.
Okay.
Now, Beasties. Stand up, 4-foot movement.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try to pound old Rowdy.
Alright.
Alright, mat 6, defense of
12.
So 6 to hit. We'll do the first War Gauntlet. 6 and 4 is 10 for a hit. This is a power strength 19 because of the feet.
Armor 20.
Dice minus 1. That is 4 damage to the 6.
Okay.
Second War Gauntlet. We'll hit with an 11.
Mm-hmm.
A dice minus 1. And that will do 9 points of damage to the 2.
Alright. Still nothing gone.
Tusk attack. Will miss.
Okay.
So we will buy a War Gauntlet attack. 6 to hit.
Hits.
Dice minus 1.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be 6 to the 4.
6. Still nothing gone.
We'll buy a War Gauntlet attack. 6 to hit. Was an 11 for a hit.
Mm-hmm.
And dice minus 1. That is 6 more damage to the 4.
Okay. And that will get both his right arm and his cortex.
Okay. And let's go ahead and push him to the max.
Mm-hmm.
1 more Fury. 1 more War Gauntlet attack. See if we can. That will hit.
Hits.
A dice minus 1. That's only going to be 4 damage to the 5.
Okay. Dice minus 1 is actually going to be enough because my buckler is gone. I
Okay.
have 5 left. So, no more Rowdy.
Alright. Mullet Karn is going to activate. He's just going to advance up to here. He will take his first initial on your Stormclad. That is mat 7. 7 and 10 is 17 for a hit.
Yep.
He is up to power strength 16.
Dice minus 3.
And he's a weapon master, so that's 8 damage to the 4.
Alright.
Second initial. I'm actually going to sidestep. There. Second initial.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna hit half jack.
Okay. 14 defense.
7 and 6 is 11 plus 3 more is 14.
Okay.
Okay. The armor.
14.
So
half jack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Going to sidestep again. Come here. We will buy an attack on the Stormclad.
Okay.
And sidestep ignores free strikes. So 7 and 8 will hit.
Yep.
Now on your backs, you won't get the shield bonus.
Correct.
So 16 to a
18 minus 2.
That'll be 8 to the 6.
4, 7, 8. All right.
And we'll buy one more. It'll hit. And dice minus 2.
Yep.
Now, that. Let's see. No, let's not do that. Okay, that leaves the Titan here. What does this mine do? I have to touch it to activate it? Or
it activates during my maintenance phase, if I wanted to.
Alright, well, this Titan is just going to run. Actually, he can't. He's enraged. He has to charge something.
Yep.
Or trample. So he's going to trample this direction, toward the objective.
Okay.
7 inches, put him here. He can't land on the objective.
So he would stop prior to it.
So stop and race with it.
Yep.
That will be turn, and I will get 2 control points.
Yep. Okay. Alrighty. Well now. We are going to one to the defender. I will hold on, I believe, to the remaining 5. Then we are upkeeping Arcane Shield. Alrighty. We are going to detonate the half-jack that's sitting over here. It's POW 14 AoE 4.
That Titan's armor is currently 22.
22, so dice minus 8. We'll do 2 to the 5.
Okay.
Alright. Now, that landmine goes away. And we do spit out a half-jack, which we will put there. Okay. Well, we are going to have, check my control area. Well, that's vaguely convenient. Okay. We're going to activate the defender first. And the defender is going to charge Montcarn. 9 inches. And I'm in your back arc. I have a Vortex Hammer. Let's see. I am at 7 plus 2 for being in your back arc.
That's 13.
Okay, so I need a 4. That's an 11, so that hits.
Current armor on Montcarn is 21 because of feet.
21, so I'm dice minus 5. 6 to the 5. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That took out spirit and mind.
Okay. Next up, the defender is done. We are going to check my control area. Okay. We have Reinhold say reload. We're going to move Darius. We're going to try and drop a steam directly on him. Should easily be within range, and I am about 6.5 away. I am red of 5.
Defense of 12.
7. 5 misses. It will deviate. Light blue for direction. 1 inch to the 3, so it will still catch him. Nothing else.
Armor 22.
22, can't deal damage, because I'll be rolling a 7. Second shot. And a 5 is 12.
Will hit.
Okay. And this time it's a PAL 13, so minus 9. Does nothing, that is a 9. Alrighty. Well. Alright. Well, we're going to at least get rid of some stuff before this is all said and done. Time to pull the trick that Richard mentioned beforehand, and that's start jackhammering stuff to death. So, cast Jackhammer on the Defender for Malakarn. Defender is Mat 7. And 5 is 12.
So Mat bonus, right?
Yep. So that's actually 12, 13, 14.
So 21.
21. Minus 6. That's 4 to the 1.
Okay.
Let's Jackhammer again. Effective 9, and 7 is 16, dice minus 6, 2 to the 4, 2 left, Jackhammer, 8 hits, minus 6, that's a 9, so 3 to the 4.
That will kill him.
Alrighty.
I will not reuse that Fury.
Okay. Not overly much need to. Because I have precious little else to do with that 2 Fury, or Focus, let's do something that I almost never do, and actually cast Arcantric Bolt. Right there. We have range. So, Focus 6, and 10 is 16. Enough to hit.
22.
22, dice minus 10. 1 to the 2, which is summarily more use than Arcantric Bolt has ever given me. Alrighty. Junior walks up. Junior takes aim with the caster cannon. We have range. Boost hit. Rat 4. Boxcars hits. Boost damage. Should have rolled 3 dice the first time. 12 against the 22. Minus 10. Nothing. That's an 8 on 3 dice. Okay. Let's see here. Assault. 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 Let's see, there to there. The officer is Rat 6.
13.
Nothing there. Okay, they are 5, so they need 8s. First one rolls a 4 and misses. Leader there. Rolls a 6 and misses. Standard bearer. Rolls a 7 and misses. Their actual melee attacks. The officer is Mat 8. And 5 is 13. It's PAL 15 on his weapon.
Not
tough. Alright. We're checking to see if he is in melee range there. He is not. Leader there. 7 and Snake Eyes is nada. Standard bearer there. 6 hits. PAL 15. Touch up. Stuff. Awesome. And that is good game because that's the third control point.
Good game, sir. All right, we'll be back with our models of the match and afterthoughts, guys. All right, guys, we're back with our models of the match, afterthoughts for the game. Mine were the Annihilators because, A, they did their job, which was to keep the Stormblades out of the fight. B, that one Annihilator ruined that Stormclad's day when he did 9 damage boxes and took out the Generator Blade with a free strike. Has the same Stormclad was charging Mullet Karn, which led to Mullet Karn not taking that much damage.
Exactly.
All right, Mike?
The Defender is my model of the match. The Defender is, I think a lot of people look at the Defender and all they see is the gun, and the Defender did in this game what it does very well, and that is be a multi-purpose Cygnar Jack. It has the gun to soften you up at range, and then when you need something to smash, say, Mullet Karn in the face, that Cortex Hammer does an admirable job, even against hordes. So I would say that is my model of the match, and wherever that particular Annihilator is, I'm going to find a way to remember which one it is so that it can die repeatedly every time I play against it. So.
All right, so we did just like when me and Josh played in the real-time report, me and Mike sat here for about 20 minutes and talked about the game, and there was basically one big lynch in this game, and that was that Mike didn't focus on scenario.
Yeah.
He could have easily been in the same position as me, where he could have, got to control points. I would have had to dislodge him instead of me getting to control points and him having to dislodge me at +3 armor on my heavies.
Yeah.
Which was a big deal. We talked it through. Had he put a Jack on each one, or 2 Jacks even,
yeah.
We think I could have dislodged it. Would have had a little better chance of him because then my beast wouldn't have been even as hurt as they were, and with the feed I could have got on there and it would have been an attrition nightmare to get them off.
Yeah.
But, these are all what could have happened. So, Mike, anything else you kind of want to add to that?
The biggest thing is, just as you said, I didn't really pay as much attention to the scenario as I should have. I think, ultimately, the Skorne list you got here and Naresh's feat, it's just, we both talked about it last night and had very fun lists and something we just wanted to enjoy playing. But Naresh's feat, I think, is considerably harsher on the table than it is on paper. It lets you hit hard and then lets you take a hard hit. So this particular Cygnar list, I could have gotten the two control points and would have ended up having to try and dislodge you from one, but without the previous damage on your beast, I think that would have been a fairly hard little task, especially with your feet up. So.
Also, I really feel like had you gotten the Stormblades free, or even had the Stormblades been another heavy, because you could have just trampled over the Annihilators.
True, very true.
And that would have got you somebody else where the main fight was happening. Because I've said this before, and I believe a lot of people will agree with it. A War Beast is a little more. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say competitive, because that's not necessarily true.
Comparing a War Beast to a Warjack?
Yes.
They fulfill the same role. A War Beast, though, is better early, and a Warjack is better late, in my opinion. The War Beast is going to be the more aggressive of the two animals natively because it can have more than 3 focus. It can have whatever fury limit it has, mostly 4s. And generally, they have more initial attacks. But if you start crippling systems on a Warjack, the Warjack is better at attrition because it goes down piecemeal. If I lose a weapon, then I lose a die for each roll on that weapon. If you lose an aspect, you lose that die for attack or damage rolls on every weapon. And typically, Warjacks tend to have a little bit better armor, assuming the beasts aren't under Naresh's feet. So,
and probably a few more boxes on average too, I'd say.
Yeah. So, I disagree with the logic that Jacks are inferior to beasts. I think it depends on what point of the game you're at. And early game, the beasts get up there, and it's just harsh. So.
All right. Well, guys, I don't really have anything else to add. It's always hard, coming up with what would I have done different if you win the game, because you won. Why would you have done anything different?
I'm not sure in your place I would have done anything different. The only thing that surprised me was that I didn't see one of the 2 gladiators make a move towards the objective sooner, and then, you know, if you had one up there, it would have forced me to get over and put resources over there. And with gladiators having Grand Slam and so on, it's not that hard for them to dislodge someone from a flag.
True. I will kind of explain what was going on in my head there. When I moved the first gladiator up kind of in the midway between the 2 points, and then the other gladiator behind, I mean, obviously the second gladiator was there to retaliate. I knew Old Rowdy was going somewhere.
Right.
So at this point, you've got 2 flags you can run into. If you run into either of them, then you have 2 gladiators to worry about.
Sure.
If you come in for the first gladiator, you still have a second gladiator. And then when you didn't kill him, you had that gladiator, and I had the other one to trample over to the control point. So basically, it was just a no-win situation for Old Rowdy, is what I was trying to make, because you know, Old Rowdy is good. I'm very aware of what he does, and I needed to neutralize him. I was more worried about Old Rowdy than anything else in your list, in all honesty.
Yeah, and you know, it makes perfect sense. So. I think it was the biggest mistake in the game, and in my part, and was the 2 flags, which you might be able to see the marker still sitting on the table in the background. But that would be the biggest thing different. And on my part, the Annihilators did their job very well. So that's about it, really.
Yeah, it was a pretty short game. Sorry, guys. Oh, man, I'm feeling it. All right, so we appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and keep posted for more Player's Handbook, name pending.